Hello everyone, I'm John Aljets here at Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2025, and I'm here with Sean from North Best. Sean, we met last year here at the show, and we meant to talk to you, but you were just so swamped, so busy that we weren't able to make it happen. So I made it a point that we would come and talk to you this year. You've got a ton of modded Game Boys. You've got Game Boys that have Raspberry Pis in them. You've got all sorts of crazy stuff. Tell me about what you've got and what you do.
So most of what we try to do is either original hardware or like an original shell. So this has a Raspberry Pi, but it's like a DMG shell. There's a lot of other handhelds out there, but we focus on cool designs. This is from Froggo Customs. He's up in Everett, Washington. He designed this. You get the shell 3D printed or CNC'd. He designed the circuit board. You take the Game Boy Color CPU and RAM and put it on this circuit board. And it just revitalizes the Game Boy Color, which is what the hardware is in that. He also designed this, which is a Tad Boy Color. It's all original hardware, takes original Game Boy Color games. So these are really popular and cool. I don't really like to tell all my secrets, but this is the new Lego Game Boy, and we basically took the motherboard out of this and just stuffed it in this as a proof of concept. Other people are designing circuit boards for these, so there'll be kits that people can buy to mod these themselves, and I'll be modding them for folks. But proof of concept, everybody wants to see the new Lego Game Boy like actually working. Yeah, so we're just trying to do the craziest stuff we can. It's surprising that a lot of people are still coming out with new designs and new modifications for this old hardware. So
it does seem like it's like every other day there's some new design, new shells coming out. There's new screens that are coming out and all that sort of stuff. It's just wild. You also have a modded Lynx, which I actually have never seen a modded Lynx. It's not exactly a system that I imagine too many people are like jonesing to get like a rad Atari Lynx.
They're a bigger, older console. This thing ran for 11 hours yesterday on 6 AA batteries, which I was impressed with. But yeah, these kits for these are newer LCDs. They came out fairly recently, so I was excited to try it out. It has HDMI out on it. But yeah, the idea that people are still coming up with stuff for that is
so wild. And this is all like, obviously the designs are, you know, you got different people doing different things, but you've done the work on actually assembling all of these. So
I don't design anything, I don't make anything as far as CAD or 3D printing designs. I basically find the coolest stuff that other people have and put it together for people that want something. So a lot of people will say, hey, can you do this new thing that came out? And a lot of times I haven't even seen that design yet, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Yeah, I'll build that for you. And then I get a chance, like a little motivation to do new projects and stuff.
Honestly, the soldering that's the hardest part. It's the hardest part.
Yeah, so the CPU and RAM from the Game Boy Color that you put onto this board is very difficult. And when I first started doing, I was pretty good at them. I had a guy that was like, would help me if I got a couple wrong. And now I'm like, I've done enough of them that it's like solid every time it comes out. So it just takes time to do it 100 times.
How fast or how long does it take you to do like one of those?
It's a lot of, there's such a difficult question to ask because there's varying responses to that, and I could talk to you for an hour about it. But this specific thing, I order the shell, and then I order a PCB, and you can order, there's a PCBWay has a thing called PCBWay Share Projects, and so someone will put their designs on there, and then you can order the PCB either populated or not populated. So I order them populated, and then I only have to add a few things from the Game Boy Color, the CPU, the RAM, the link port, and the cartridge slot. So this is really only for me. I hate to say it, it's only like less than 2 hours probably to put together. And it's a very expensive item, and I'm asking a lot of money for this stuff. I'm asking money for my labor, but I also have warranty. I have, you know, a lot of overhead. Now with tariffs, we're getting murdered, and almost people won't be able to do this anymore with that going on. But
so why do you think that people are so interested in this kind of stuff?
This specific stuff is it's retro, it's nostalgic. Retro is popular right now, but what I notice about most of the people that come up here, they say, oh, I had one just like this. It was It was yellow though, and I think it was a Game Boy Pocket, and they're like, was it a Game Boy? No, it wasn't a Game Boy Light, it was a Game Boy Pocket, and then they're all super excited. They're like remembering the old console that they had, and now they want an updated version of what they had. So that's the biggest draw, I think, is the nostalgic factor for folks.
It's almost like you want the system to be how you kind of remember it in your head.
But updated. USB-C, a backlit screen. So
you
can
remember
actually...
it looking really good,
Yes.
and now you can actually have it looking really good.
Yes.
But yeah, so we will have links to all of his stuff down there. You can go ahead and check it out.
Thank you.
Sean, thank you so much for talking
Appreciate
to us,
it.
man.